You know, it's a fact that Denver is seeing tremendous growth. Both residential houses and new buildings are just popping up like crazy. But there are plenty of good people in town saying, hey, let's not forget about our historic structures. And here to bring us up to date on one current project is Dr. Colorado. And you brought a wonderful guest with you.
Andrea Malcolm, the director of the Molly Brown House Museum.
It's always good to see you, Andrea. Normally she brings these beautiful hats that we get to wear too from the Molly Brown House. So Dr. Colorado, you've been a member of Historic Denver almost since it was formed. Why did the organization begin?
You know, so many things were being knocked down, one house after another, one mansion after another, one building after another. Historic Denver stepped in 1970, said let's save at least the best, like the Molly Brown House.
Right. And Andrea, what's going on right now at the Molly Brown House?
Wow, it's our flagship property. Historic Denver's undertaking the largest restoration of the Molly Brown House Museum since saving it from demolition in 1970. So we just finished up phase one, where we've restored the entire front porch of the house, and that's included replacing a lot of the eroded Manitou sandstone and some of the rhyolite. We even got to lift up the lions and sphinxes. They got to soar over the street for a little bit while we replaced all that. So the front of the house is looking great.
How is Historic Denver making this happen for you?
We took a bold step and decided about 2 years ago as an organization to undertake a $2 million capital and capacity building campaign. And we are so pleased to announce to the public that we've raised 75% of that. So any additional help the public can provide for us by coming to the museum, seeing the restoration work we have going on, and maybe giving us $1 to the donation box, all helps.
They can go to mollybrown.org too. And you're open during all of this work still, right?
We have been very brave and stayed open this whole time, so guests can see the work in action, see the important restoration work that we're undertaking as our flagship property, and really just get to see what we're doing while this is happening.
If you've never been to the Molly Brown House, it's fantastic. What will they see when they visit?
Mrs. Brown has such an amazing story, and her home really reflects that story. So we have objects that she brought back from Japan, things from Egypt, things that really reflect Colorado's history and her story as she made an impact in Colorado and around the world. So guests get to see that, as well as a sneak peek of some of the work we have coming up, like the Basement Education Center.
And that's what we're looking at right now?
Absolutely. We are going to take some very underutilized spaces in the basement of the museum and turn it into an education center. We serve over 10,000 school kids a year, so that'll really allow us to give them the programming they need to get the content from our story.
That's wonderful. Again, you can go to their website, mollybrown.org, or if you want to find out more about Dr. Colorado, he truly is an amazing man. He's also a teacher. He's an author. He knows everything there is about Colorado. You can go to dr-colorado.com. Isn't Denver's unique identity due to all the special places like the Molly Brown House?
It sure is. I'll start with the Molly Brown House. We now have, Denise, 51 historic districts in Denver and 330 individual landmarks. Quite a few of them in Capitol Hill around Molly's house.
Is that Molly right there that we're looking at?
That is her.
My goodness, what a great photograph. And how has Historic Denver changed the face of our city?
Well, one thing they've done that I see every day is on the Auraria campus, 9th Street Historic Park, all these vintage houses. One of the oldest neighborhoods in the city was going to be torn down. Historic Denver stepped in, over $1 million restoring that.
Really?
It's the centerpiece of our campus now.
So beautiful. The architecture is absolutely gorgeous. Last time you were on the show, you were just talking about hosting a fun event. It's called Rails and Cocktails. How did that go?
It went well. Thanks to being on your show, Denise. We had a full house out at the Colorado Railroad Museum.
Wonderful. That's great. And a lot of people were educated, had a lot of fun, and had a few cocktails, I would imagine.
They were lubricated before my talk, which made it go well.
Which made it just a tad bit more interesting, right?
Yeah.
What are your plans for the holidays? What do you have coming up?
Oh, I have to go home to Hawaii to
see you have
my wife's family. Yeah.
How wonderful. Well, I hope you have a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday. And it was great to see you again. Wonderful news about the Molly Brown House. This is the very first day the Molly Brown House Museum is open for all to enjoy the holiday decorations. For tour times, please visit their website. Go to mollybrown.org. You can also call 303-832-4092. And don't you forget to follow our friend Dr. Colorado online at dr-colorado.com. You can also see all the wonderful books Dr. Tom Noel has written about our state's history.